This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, it is very much appreciated. We're going to take another look at a Classic Watch 26 Possible today in this video that is based and running in the US of A. But before we get on to the Classic Watch business, I always like to mention my own Patreon channel in these videos, Newman Racing it's called, over on Patreon. It's where you will find the majority of the National Hunt racing, although horses like Davy Crockett going around about 10 minutes ago, is it worth seeing? Who knows? But there is some good horses on there. But obviously Davy Crockett, sadly, is not one of them. But yeah, head over for the National Hunt racing. It's also the place where I sort of carry out all the yearly reviews as well. At the end of the season, it's always worth checking those out, because that's when horses like bad horses, well, average horses really, like Davy Crockett and all the others will be dumped in various areas. It's always good to keep an eye on them. There's various resources on there as well from over the years that have been put on there. Plenty of stuff on there. It'd be rude of me not to mention it. It might be for you. So why not go over there and head over there and see what you think of it. Right, let's get on to this horse now, shall we? ClassicWatch26.great/site.net is where this year's Classic Watch can be found. You'll see there's just the 4 theatres at the moment: New Zealand, Australia, South Africa and Japan. But a busy week upcoming this week. 2 classics in America and 2 classics in the USA. So I should imagine the Roll of Honour will be getting some more horses on the site and on the Roll of Honour over the next week or so, without any shadow of a doubt. But yeah, ClassicWatch26.great/site.net is where people can find this year's edition of Classic Watch. Hopefully throughout the year the site will be maintained okay. But as website hosts, man, do their own thing. You know, I'm prone to them. Hopefully the site will be okay. And you never know, this horse here might end up on it. The horse in question is called Silent Tactic, a colt, foaled on April 1st, 2023, sired by Tacitus, out of a dam called Magical Sign, who herself was sired by Gunrunner. Tacitus is owned by John C. Oxley and trained by Mark E. Cass. The horse was bred by the Don Alberto Corporation, and if the horse turns up in the Kentucky Derby this coming weekend, the horse will be ridden, I should imagine, by Christian A. Torres. You'll see there the horse has had some good form in its career. The horse has never finished out of the first 2 in its life. 6 starts, 2 victories and 4 seconds, for career earnings of $1,051,922 US. And people will see there that the horse is already a graded stakes winner. The horse also won first time out in a race at Woodbine, which we will take a look at. He was then second in the Group 3 Grey Stakes at Woodbine, and then filled the same position on his first start this year in the listed Smarty Jones Stakes. The horse then came out and won the Group 3 Southwest Stakes in February 2026, before again filling the runner-up position on his next 2 starts in the Group 2 Rebel Stakes and the Group 1 Arkansas Derby, both held in March. So this horse is quite solid, isn't it, really? Group 1 and Group 2 placed Group 3 winner, who managed to win first time out. It's not really a horse I was paying much attention to be honest. It was a good friend of mine out in the States that mentioned this horse because of the sire, Tacitus. She knows that the dam of Tacitus is Close Hatches. You know, we followed Tacitus in many a classic show back when Tacitus was on the track. So it was Monica McCarthy that actually pointed this horse out to me. So I was quite surprised when I had a look at it, because it's actually very closely related to one of my horses. So that means 2 things really. It means a short video, and we can just crack on really. And it means that I don't really have to do a lot in this video, because we only have to get back to the 3rd dam, and you're looking at horses I've already looked at. You know, this is an interesting horse, Silent Tactic. You know, let's look at it on the Racing Post. I know people like to look at it on there. You'll see that it's missed its first time out run when it's won. Best Racing Post rating of 107, which it was given when it lost by a nose to Class President in the what's it called, Rebel Stakes, was it? Yes. And then beaten 4 lengths by Renegade and beat Soldier and Diplomat in the race we're going to look at by 3 1/4 lengths, running to a mark of 105. Very interesting horse. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, look at the Thoroughbred pedigree, online Thoroughbred database. People will see that Silent Tactic is Dam Line 2S. Yeah, that's the one we're interested in this video. We have a good look at the historical pedigree in the other video, so we'll leave that today to save a bit of time. People will see that Silent Tactic, they're pretty much up to date on this horse, as you would expect an American site to be on the American Classic Contenders. Very, very sound, reliable information, you know, from somebody who knows what they're doing. So, yeah, very interesting horse. We can take a look at a couple of horses until we get back to the third dam, then we can literally stop. Yeah, it really is one of them today. Magical Sign is the dam of the horse, a mare born in 2019, sired by Gunrunner out of a dam called Malvinia. Magical Sign raced once in her career, was unplaced, but she did win $1,220 in her career. She wasn't in the first 3. People know that she is a black type producer. She was also owned and bred by the Don Alberto Corporation in her very brief racing career. I did find an interesting horse related to her, though. Moraz, a filly born in 2018, sired by Empire Maker out of a dam called Malvinia. So this is a half-sister to our horse, our dam, really, Magical Sign. Moraz raced 14 times in her career, 2 wins, 4 seconds, 4 thirds. 10 out of 14 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of $253,480 American dollars in her career. She ran quite well, Moraz. She was placed in the Group 2 Santa Anita Oaks of 2021, and she was also placed in the Group 3 Lavagin Stakes and the Group 3 Santa Isabel Stakes at Santa Anita the same year. At 4, she was second in one of those stakes races, the Serena's Song Stakes, held at Monmouth. Another one owned and bred by the Don Alberto Corporation and owned by the Don Alberto stable. You'll see she's already at stud as well. A filly by Curlin was born in 2024. Third dam of the horse, Malvinia, a mare born in 2006, sired by AP Indy out of Macumba. Malvinia raced 5 times in her career. She could only finish third on 2 occasions. She never won. Her career prize money of $5,440 American dollars in her career. Again, though, she was a stakes producer. This horse was bred by B. Wayne Hughes and was owned by the Elkstone Group, LLC. So, yeah, pretty interesting pedigree. Obviously not as much as I'd like, but we're only going back 20-odd years. And we've got one stakes placed horse. Then we're at Macumba. And Macumba, I know, is the dam of Malibu Moon. We'll take a look at her, though. Macumba raced 6 times in her career, managed to win 3 races. 3 out of 6 starts in the first one, for career earnings of €194,535 in her career. Macumba was a mare born in 1992, sired by Mr. Prospector out of a French-bred mare born in 1980 called Maxim Over. Decent horse on the track, Macumba. She managed to win the Prix Marcel Boussac, Group 1 winner, in 1994, and she also won it's a Group 3 race now, I think, the Prix Imprudence for 3-year-olds the year after in 1995. She won her debut race, and she raced in Great Britain and France, bred by Janus Bloodstock Incorporated and owned by Malibu Farm. There's also the horse I identified as well, which I will include the card to once we've had a quick look at it. Napoleon Solo. Napoleon Solo, a colt like this horse, born in this year in 2023, sired by Liam's Map out of a dam called Atomic Blonde, who was foaled in 2016 and sired by Scat Daddy. Napoleon Solo has been a bit of a disappointment this year. 3 starts, 2 wins last year as a 2-year-old, earning $330,520 American dollars in his career. I think they've even bothered updating it. No, you see, they haven't. It's a Group 1 winner this last year. He was in 2025, winning the Champagne Stakes at Aqueduct. But yeah, very disappointing horse this year. Bred by John D. Gunter and Euro West Bloodstock and owned by Gold Square LLC. It was on the Kentucky Derby Trail. It just wasn't. It proved not to be good enough. The Group 1 winning 2-year-old are identified. If people look at this horse, they'll see that Baracala is the 5th dam of Napoleon Solo. And she is also the 5th dam of Silent Tactic. But the line we talked about in the Napoleon Solo video is actually this line. So it's arguably Silent Tactic is a better bred horse than this one. The Napoleon was, really. A brilliant spot by Monica McCarthy. You know, I have to say that. But yeah, people can learn more about the back pedigree of this horse, the 2S bit, and the stallions it's related to, and other good horses that I found when I looked at Napoleon Solo. What I can do is I can put the YouTube video that I did on Napoleon Solo in this video as a card, which I will do now. And then all we can do really is focus on watching the horse Silent Tactic win a couple of races and then trying to work out if the horse is a classic horse or not. There's a fair chance he probably is, and he's going to turn up in the Kentucky Derby this weekend because they like to let everybody know what's running in advance. Perish the thought that people actually do that. So what we can do now really is close down a few tabs to save on some CPU, and we can watch the horse win twice. We'll watch the horse win first time out first, I think, on the 10th of November 2025 in a race held at Woodbine. These races, as always, I use bloodhorse.com for the American sites. I do think they are a good, solid, reliable place to look at American racing. You know, they have plenty of racing on there. They never let me down at 20 point. You know, so it's always a good place to start if you're looking to watch an American race, I think, a couple of days after it's happened. So let's take a look at Silent Tactic winning first time out at Woodbine then, shall we? And then we can see what we think.
In fact, race 1 of the week, and the field is now all in and locked up. Off their race, and a very nice start for Valley of Kings. Came out in front, but quickly going to the lead with an instant response. Is instant response to go to the front. From Valley of Kings, Proud Painter, Silent Tactic on the inside with Grand Warrior the centre. And deeper on the track, 22 Souls, caught a bit wide. And now the leader, Instant Response, has a line of them right behind. In fact, they're almost all in a line. And coming forward on the outside, Valley of Kings and Proud Painter to make 3 across the track. The 3 in behind, Silent Tactic, Grand Warrior, and 22 Souls. As they head into the backstretch, Instant Response holding sway early on, leads the way by a length. In second, Valley of Kings, one away, Silent Tactic on the inside of Grand Warrior, caught a bit wider, Proud Painter. And even deeper at the back is 22 Souls. They work their way to the 4.5 and showing the way nicely, Instant Response by about 3/4 of a length. Coming forward again, Valley of Kings, 2 to Silent Tactic, and deep on the track, 22 Souls quickening. In the centre, Grand Warrior and Proud Painter going with 22 Souls. Little between them, they have a half mile to run. The first half was a sluggish one, 50 flat. Instant Response controlling the pace so far. Valley of Kings prodding. One away, Silent Tactic on the bit. In the fourth, Grand Warrior. And again, Proud Painter wide with 22 Souls covering ground as Valley of Kings makes the break for home, has gone past Instant Response. Valley of Kings by a half, Instant Response. A length and a half, Silent Tactic finishing on pretty well. And then came Proud Painter, Grand Warrior sold out. At last, 22 Souls as they corner, and Valley of Kings turns in front. About 2 lengths to in second, Silent Tactic, who's knuckling down as the only danger and is coming. Silent Tactic on the outside, ranging up to Valley of Kings, and Silent Tactic gradually within about a half a length. It's Silent Tactic on the outside, taking over. And Silent Tactic at a good price will win the first. Silent Tactic scores by a length to Valley of Kings and 8 lengths away, make it 9 to Proud Painter. And then Instant Response, Grand Warrior and 22 Souls was last. The time 1:47.62.
Yeah, the horse looks a proper grinder, doesn't he? He didn't really look to have much pace there, did he, to be fair to him? But without ever doubting that the horse was going to reel in the leader. It was one of those races, wasn't it, where you were just waiting for Silent Tactic to get there, really. There was never any question that the horse was going to get there. I suppose from a perfect point of view, people would say, well, we'd have preferred the horse to get there a little bit quicker than what he did. And they would possibly be right in saying that. But all they can do is win first time out, and that race at Woodbine was a decent enough introduction to Silent Tactic's racing career, it's fair to say. It was then after that the horse was placed second in two pattern races, the Group 3 Grey Stakes at Woodbine and the listed Smarty Jones Stakes, a race held at Oaklawn Park, where the horse raced then three more times. We're now going to take a look at his only to date pattern race victory, which came in the horse's fourth start in the Group 3 Southwest Stakes, held at Oaklawn Park on the 6th of February 2026. We'll take a look at that race now, and then we will see what we think. And that's it, really. We'll be able to wrap the video up then after that. So let's have a look and see what we think. Turn the volume up a bit. Like that, did it? That's better.
On Freedom rounds out the field. We're ready to go. And they're off in the 2026 Southwest. Soldier and Diplomat broke very sharply, but Decode's going to go to the lead here. Butane takes second. Soldier and Diplomat trying to tuck over from that outside draw. He's third deep as they go into the first turn. Decode off that brilliant maiden win has the lead. Louis Saez trying to ration his speed. He's on a hold a half length from Butane, the Bob Baffert shipper. He's second. Rancho Santa Fe a lot closer than last time. He's third, tugging just a little bit on the rail in third, saving ground on the first turn. Soldier and Diplomat is next. The Smarty Jones winner. Strategic Risk. He's with Circle Tap, and then Baytown Dreamer, 99-1 shots, 6 off the lead in midfield, gap of 2. Liberty National finds himself on the rail, followed by Sleeping on Freedom, Spirit of Royal, and that leaves Silent Tactic, and actually one of them who's not being persevered with, Reclamation. Reclamation's been pulled up. That's the one. Reclamation will not finish the race. So they go into the far turn. Let's see if Decode can route. Decode into the turn, half length here. Butane second, niggled along a little bit. Soldier and Diplomat right there, 3 wide. Strategic Risk getting into it now. He's fourth, 4 deep, sent along a bit. He's within range, though, 2 off the pace. Then comes Circle Tap under a ride. Rancho Santa Fe has lost a few spots. Sleeping on Freedom is next. Liberty National getting going on the rail. He's passing some horses on the inside. Has some traffic to navigate. They're off the turn. Decode has a quarter mile more to go. Butane right behind him. Soldier and Diplomat on the grandstand side. Gradually wearing down Decode. And Soldier and Diplomat has gone to the lead. Now here comes Silent Tactic. Silent Tactic flying down the outside, and he's going to get them all. Silent Tactic. Christian Torres drawing away to win the Southwest Stakes. Soldier and Diplomat, second best. He was in a photo, but I think he got it over Butane and then Rancho Santa Fe. Silent Tactic gets it and picks up 20 Kentucky Derby points from off the pace, stormed home to win it.
That was a much more convincing performance, wasn't it, I thought? Seems to me, the first time I've really watched this horse in these 2 races, that he's made for a race like the Kentucky Derby, isn't he? He seems to me that the quicker they go, the more it will play into the strengths of this horse. You know, there seemed to be a fair pace on in that race compared to the maiden that the horse won. And to me, that really did suit the horse in that Group 3 race. You could see that it really did stay on, and it was thriving at the end, wasn't it? It really was a good, strong finish from Silent Tactic to take out the Group 3 Southwest Stakes. It was impossible, really, not to be impressed with a performance like that, I do think. And the horse has backed that race up with 2 solid runs, really. The horse has finished second in the Group 2 Rebel Stakes and then second at the top level in the Group 1 Arkansas Derby in March. So this horse is a Group 3 winner, and he's kept his form throughout the trials, really. He's not ducked any, has he? He's finished in the first two in every one of his starts. I think if he was to finish in the first two in the Kentucky Derby, I think people would probably be quite happy with him, wouldn't they? Can this horse do something in the Kentucky Derby? I think it will be very interesting to see if the horse does. One thing I have learned over the years is never rule out any horses that Monica McCarthy identifies. And that woman is very shrewd. So this horse could be decent, for Tacitus. This is his first 3-year-old crop. I think the pedigree, because it was so closely related to the one I'd already found, it was definitely worthy of a video, another Classic Watch 26 Possibles video, because it gives this section of 2S another chance at the race, doesn't it? After the one I found fluffed the race. So if this horse was to turn up in a classic, if it was to turn up this weekend and maybe in any future classics as well, then there is a very good chance that you will see this horse, Silent Tactic, on my website, classicwatch26.great/site.net. There is a very good chance that will happen. Right, I think I can think about leaving this video here now. Nice short one for you today. Hope you've all enjoyed sitting here watching it with me while I make it. Interesting horse, I think. What else can I offer you? I can offer you a quick look at the Classic Watch 26 playlist after this video as well. Every single horse in the Classic Watch 26 process so far. Some of them even not on the site yet. Go in that playlist on YouTube, so you can check that out after this video if you wish. And I will also give you all an opportunity to subscribe to the channel as well. That way, if you do a bit of work with your YouTube notifications, there is a way that you can enable YouTube to notify you every time I make a video, and you will not miss any more horses moving forward or any other videos I make moving forward on YouTube. But you do have to do a little bit of work with your notifications, tell it what to do and that sort of thing. Don't forget the Patreon as well. I will mention that quickly before the end of the video. Head over to Newman Racing. You never know, it might be for you. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here now. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. And the upcoming weekend, plenty of racing coming up in the classic sphere. Like I said at the start of the video, USA and UK classics this coming weekend, French classics next weekend. But for now, I will bid you a fond farewell. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Look after yourselves and your loved ones, and take care. I'll be back soon, hopefully, with a few more horses ahead of what is a very busy week. Take care and goodbye.